What's going on, Darksiders fans? I'd like to pass on a little bit of news that I've recently seen that should be getting a little bit more traction, I feel like. Death and Fury may possibly be playable characters down the road, but just take this with a grain of salt. In early October, the people over at Segment Next interviewed Reinhard Polis, the business and product development director at THQ Nordic. This guy investigates, designs, and assesses the products. He's a part of the brainstorming of the company, and he also coordinates all stages of product development, from initial concept art to finalization and distribution. When asked if Death would ever return as a playable character, his response was, "Let's see. We have a couple of cool ideas. We'd also like to hear from fans' thoughts after Genesis is released, since by then all 4 Horsemen would have been playable characters in one game at least." To me, it's definitely not a no. If I were to decipher his response, I would say it's a possibility if there's support from the fans, obviously. But what does that mean exactly? It's been stated that there will be no microtransactions with this game, but does that mean DLC or expansions? We'll just have to see. Personally, I'd pay for a character and level DLC with this game, just because I'm a huge Darksiders fan, and I would also love to support the small but very talented studio Airship Syndicate. Polis saying that they already have a couple cool ideas could be implying that they may have slated some type of add-ons or expansions in the future, be it playable characters or additional levels. The last bit where he says he wants to hear from the fans says a few things to me. They might potentially be giving the fans a vote on who to add in the expansions, if any, or they could be giving us a say on who we'd like to see as the new duo for the next game. It could possibly be that they're prepared to listen to the feedback from us, the players, and then make changes accordingly. Because after Genesis and the introduction of Strife, Darksiders fans will finally have hands-on with all 4 Horsemen. Either way, it does seem like they have some sort of anticipation for doing something post-launch. It gets me thinking about the dialogue between Strife and War in Genesis. I'm interested to see how they treat each other in certain situations. For example, War and Death would handle a situation differently than War and Strife. Along with the different banter between the two, it adds more room for these characters to be fleshed out and even more relatable. I've seen a lot of people comparing War and Strife to a Deadpool and Cable team. Just so happens Joe Mad illustrated Deadpool back for Marvel, so I can see how that just might be the case. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Here we go with closing thoughts. Okay, so if they were to add Death in, is the studio big enough? Or like, do we have to pay for DLC or expansions or whatnot? Like, basically what I'm trying to ask is, how hard would it be for the studio to make a Death character with the skin, design, make animations and moves, and not only to get a voice actor for him? I think Michael Wincott did one hell of a job in Darksiders 2.
I feel like a little worm on a big fucking hook.
I'm pretty sure it's not him in Darksiders 3. But these are all the things that I think about whenever they say cool ideas. Like if they were to add Fury, whip animations, Sissy Jones voice actor. Using the isometric system, the camera system, a lot of people are talking kind of like that. They don't really like the vibe it's given off, which is completely understandable. From what I hear, Airship Syndicate is about a 30-man team. I also hear that isometric systems are a little bit easier to code, so it kind of makes sense. They have the skill in that already by doing battle chasers. Also, isometrics, the camera angle lets you see the art direction and design a little bit more. So I kind of get this whole isometric thing, and it's really good news coming from IGN and other places that Genesis feels mostly like Darksiders 1, which is great. So anyways, about the Death thing, is it easy to throw on a Death skin, make the characters, make the animations? I wonder if it's easier just to make levels, because if fans like Strife more, why make Death? You just make more levels with Strife and just call in the voice actor and kind of have him go. You know, these are things I talk about. I'm not like that deep into like gaming studios like that, but I do think about that quite often. I don't really know like job priorities or how difficult it is to make one character move, talk, animate, attack, stuff like that, climbing. I remember in an interview they said they had 2 wars running around, you know, and they didn't even have Strife like hooked up yet. So, but anyways, guys, these are just minor thoughts. I think if they did add Death, it would be really dope and really badass. And if they don't, hey, no big deal. But if they add just any more additions to this, it'll be great. I'm pretty sure the game is gonna hit for consoles for like $40. So, I mean, it's already kind of cheap, and if they kind of want to sell me some more DLC, I honestly would be happy to buy it. Anyways, guys, yeah, kind of rambling on here. Yeah, that's going to be it. I am Machine Gun Mike. Like what you hear, like what you see. Drop a like if you want. I'm out of here. Peace.